So hi everyone, how you doing? And then how is it going? Today I just choose to talk about something more abstract, and I feel it's a little bit complex. Over some months now, or over some years, I've been trying to talk about the idea of now African mindset, and then how it is at conflict or at par with our European mindset. And this is not because I hate anybody or because I hate civilization or what. But I feel I need to talk to our own people. We need to wake up to the realities around us, to the life around us, to the truths around us. And why do I say so? And now you will notice that there are some certain concepts that though yeah, some say they are okay, some say they are not okay, but I think accepting such ideas have caused more problems for us compared to the solutions they have provided. And that is why I just want to go straight to the point. I have talked about issue of marriage and relationship as as the fact that there is a clash between our culture and the culture of the West, between the Bible and the culture of Africa. But even with these clashes, I even feel like the concepts in the Bible is closer to our African culture compared to what the European or Western culture is trying to sell to us. And they have continually maintained that these cultures are destroying what our society is. They are affecting our population growth, they are affecting our economy, they are affecting how we see each other and what we usually perceive ourselves as. We are moving towards an individualistic society more compared to our communal system that allow us to maintain this harmony, this peace and love for one another, that allowed us to protect ourselves. We are heading towards a society where a brother and a brother become strangers, where a brother and his own brother's children become already. Before, anybody born in your household was your brother in Africa, but these days we have cousins, we have nephews, we have nieces, we have whatnot, step uncle, step dad, and all that. Now, whether we like it or not, these descriptions help us understand better, but they also create dichotomy because they help us realize the limitation between the limitation of our relationship with those that we call our brothers, those who were selfless to us, those who were open to us, those who we loved without limitation. But now we now understand that this person is my stepbrother, limited. This person is my niece. This person is my cousin. This person is my what, and then there is now limitation as to how we become expressive with these people and how we relate to them. And all of us accepted it to the extent that there are certain things that somebody would ordinarily tell you as an African, you accept it as a brother, you accept it as a brother, but now the person cannot tell you because imagine what my the next question will be imagine what my cousin was saying or imagine what my cousin was telling me the other time. So the person sees it in another degree instead of just a mere correction or a mere conversation like brother you're not supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. So back to that, I've been saying that the Western culture is affecting who we are and is gradually encroaching into who we define ourselves as. And truly, the influx of this culture has affected how we see ourselves, how we see our own families, how we see our society, how we see our government, and all that. It has influenced our ability to speak, our ability to restrain, our ability to eat, what not, what we don't eat, and what we eat. Now, last week I actually posted about being happy, and then I got some attacks in my private DM. I don't call them attacks. I got some criticisms that I actually posted that those who are not happy in themselves or with themselves, who plant their happiness outside themselves, will eventually become problems when it comes to relationship, when it comes to family goal, when it comes to just anything. So they place a demand and an embargo that if they must be happy, they have to do certain things. And these things are not internal, they are not in them. These are activities that are external. We all know who were those that climbed mountains when we were young. Hunters, it was a cultural event. But do you know what it takes to today, what it is? Some ladies will tell you, I love hiking. How did the concept come? We read it from book, we watch it from movies. You see children walking in the woods going to look for what is not there. How did we come about swimming? We used to swim before in the rivers, but now I want to go to the pools. Now there is a gradual shift. The standard of happiness is gradually shifting to this idea of depression. I'm not saying there is no depression. I'm not saying there are not problems with people or people are not suffering. People are actually suffering. But most of those psychological issues around the African society that led to like year 2020, 2021, people committing suicide and all that. Have you asked yourself how they came about? Before, an African man didn't think about suicide just like that. He said that he has committed an abomination. He has done something that is, let me use that word, is so repugnant, or it's such an abomination or a taboo. The person goes ahead to kill himself because he don't want to be a victim of what the society will met on him. But we are in a phase where you hear today that somebody is married, he is depressed. You know why? Because the person was used to doing some certain things that don't fit into our culture, going to parties, going to all the weddings in your neighborhood, all the birthdays, going to swim, going to climb mountain, do what? I'm not condemning all these activities. In fact, they are perfect, they are fun. But when you cannot stay comfortable, when you cannot stay relaxed, that these activities must be incorporated in your day-to-day lifestyle, that's where you have a problem. And you have a problem because they have not really become the norm in our society. Whether you like it or not, they have not really become a norm in our society. And some people will still see those things as being extravagant. Some people will still see it as still being wayward. And as far as these people's seeing or these people's opinion matter in our society, or how our society view it is still an issue, you will not have it smooth. And because you will not have it smooth, you have problem with people. And I know now right now some people say, do I care what people think? You really care. It is this individualistic society from the West that has brought us to the point that, do I really care? Somebody just come on Facebook, all stark naked. And if you talk, it's like, mind your business. But you are degrading our society. You are spoiling our society. You are condemning everything that makes us who we are. It's my life. I find it difficult. I find it very hard to relate to people who think it is my life, it is my life. Because these are the most dangerous set of people. You can't tell them what to do. There is no room for correction because they believe they are right. And that's not what makes us who we are. Our society is disciplined. Our society has some shame. Our society has some morals. And some of us are saying that, yes, we have been educated, we have gone to school, we watch all the movies, we read all kinds of books. But our society deserves the best from us. Our society deserves to expect something reasonable and good from us. Some of us are still saying that the African culture is still valid. The African moral is still valid, and there is a need to preserve it. We can't lose ourselves and become people who will just carry gun and go and shoot everybody because you are depressed, or people who just come on Facebook or WhatsApp or Instagram or Twitter naked and write all forms of things. We cannot become a people who talk about how to kill people easily, who talk about things that will destroy others easily because, yes, we have the freedom, we have everything at our disposal, and then, we just want to do it. No. We feel the African society deserves to cut a course, even though with the civilization that has come to us, but we need to cut a course that will help us, that will preserve us, instead of something that will destroy who we are, something that will destroy our culture totally and completely. This is just a conversation, nothing more. This is what I was just trying to share. That no, we need to learn to build the happiness. You say you're a Christian, the joy of the Lord is my strength. But you can typically not be happy until you go to take ice cream or until you go to ShopRite. And it has become a burden for your relationship because you can't even maintain your relationship because you have to incorporate these activities into your relationship, or else there is no peace in that relationship, or there is no peace in your family, there is no peace. When was the last time we went out? When was the last time we hung out and all that? Good, interesting. But there shouldn't be the routine upon which your faith for happiness, your faith for balance, your faith for your psychological sanity to be planted upon. These things cannot be the things that hold your joy, that hold your peace, that hold your sanity. You should be able to be comfortable in who you are and what you have become. This is just what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't go swim, don't do anything, but you should be comfortable in who you are first before I start talking about having fun, going to the river to climb mountains, because they are becoming a bulk of an issue. And the truth is, a lot of guys that don't want to even talk about it, they are scared, they are worried. Because if I talk about this, everybody will think I'm weak, I'm uneducated, I'm uncivilized, I'm too archaic, and all that. But this is the truth, that we must be comfortable with ourselves, we must be balanced in ourselves. And this is the lane I want to maintain. That being African is not a sin. Being a Nigerian is not a sin. And it is not equal to failure. We have seen how Nigerians have performed at world stage. We have seen how Africans have performed at world stage. Look at the quality of leaders that are currently in Africa. It shows that Africa has something unique. Africa has something important to give to the world. It has something rich to offer. Outside the natural resources we have, the human capital in Africa is so rich. Why is it that we cannot export our culture? But it is everything that the Europeans and Westerns sell to us that we take hook, line, and sinker. And these things have made our society more difficult to govern, more difficult, especially, and once the families are destroyed, there is nothing anybody can do. If you see their families have become more dysfunctional, the issue of family cohesion is not even, you don't even want to talk about it, because once you talk about anything that has to do with the African family value system, the Europeans have helped our ladies and our men, some of our men interpret it as oppression. So everybody is doing everything to make sure that anything that makes up the African culture when it comes to relationship, business, ethics, government is destroyed. And then we head to a society where somebody says he is depressed. One day he just take a gun and just go and shoot 100 kids. And the next thing, they will tell you that murder is not punishable by hanging or by shooting squad. That the highest you can give him life imprisonment and rehabilitate the person. This is the society we are heading to. And we are all proud of it. Because, okay, yes, I'm educated and I don't want to talk about these things. Man, dear African youth, let's wake up. Dear Nigerian youth, let's wake up. We are gradually heading towards the precipice and we will destroy ourselves if we are not careful. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you some other time. I love you.